I got Gucci's on my feet, ganja in my lungs, gangsters all around me.
Motherfucking G.
I got Gucci's on my feet, ganja in my lungs, gangsters all around me.
www.platinumplaque-ent.com.
What's up?
Nothing much. My name is Boss Lady. I'm from Detroit Expo, and I'm just going to be asking you a couple of questions today, if you don't mind.
What's up?
Okay. What influenced you to get into the industry as a rap artist, and what decisions did you take to run your own company?
Well, first, what influenced me to be a songwriter and just get off in the music period was a way for me to express myself. It was like it's my freedom. I love speech. Like that's like your soul. It gave me something that can't nobody take from me.
Okay. And just to piggyback off of that a little bit, what made you decide to run your own company, the Platinum Plaque Entertainment?
I'm glad you asked me that. I decided to run my own company, Platinum Plaque Entertainment, www.platinumplaque-ent.com. I decided to open that up because I tried so many different avenues, because my real passion is for writing music. I really have no desire or passion to run a record label or be any kind of executive producer or anything. Like that's not my swag. It's not my style. But at the same time, like my grandma used to tell me, if you want something did right, you got to do it yourself. So I had to put my career on hold as far as being a songwriter and an artist, and to really indulge in being hands-on with the whole industry. And in turn, that made me a beast.
Okay, that sounds good. What do you think your listeners will get out of your music?
I hope my listeners can get a change out of my music. I hope they can listen to some of the shit that I wrote, some of the songs that I done put to the table, and I hope it can make them change in a certain way. I don't want to say, for better or for worse, but I want to make a change. I want somebody to be able to listen to my music and be like, I can relate to that.
Sounds good. I had the pleasure of listening to Ex-Girlfriend.
Wow.
What do you think your listeners will get out of that song? And what was you doing when you developed that song?
Actually, I came up with that record because I was on a certain website and I saw a girl bashing her ex-boyfriend. So, because like when I write music, I like to capture moments. To me, music is moments. I like to capture moments, and that was a moment because we all have moments where we fall out with our exes. We all have been in a situation where we got an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, but that don't always got to be a crucial thing, or it ain't always got to be something that's so flagrant. It ain't always got to be like a war. So I made the record to touch that little area about exes. How sometimes it can be fun or cool. It ain't always got to be just because we broke up. It's I hate you and you hate me when we was loving each other once before.
Who are your favorite artists and why?
My favorite artist. That's a good question. I love everybody in my camp as well as myself. But my favorite artist would probably have to be like Marvin Gaye. Yeah. Like hands down, I'd probably have to say like Marvin Gaye and Prince, the symbol. Like hands down, Marvin Gaye and the symbol, Prince or whatever you want to call it.
Okay. Why would you pick those two artists?
I picked those two artists, Marvin Gaye, because he was in tune with his time, and he indulged, and he talked about real shit that was popping off, and like society, shit that our people, the underdogs. He spoke for the underdogs. The symbol Prince, he a workaholic, like for real, been around like forever. Like He's been around like since, I remember back in the day when we used to compare him to Michael Jackson.
Right.
But he write his own music and play his own instruments. Like, who else would I choose, like, other than somebody who do his own everything?
How would you describe success, and what have you done to help you reach success?
To me, success is contentment, I think. Being content. And I haven't found success yet because I'm not content. I'm still hungry. My team's still hungry. We're still trying to eat. And all the work that I'm doing right now, all the studying that I'm doing, all the socializing that I'm doing, these are all things that I'm doing to try to make myself content.
What have you changed since becoming an artist, and what things have you kept the same?
I've become more organized. Like, that's one thing that I know I've changed is becoming an artist. I got more diversity. And what I've kept the same, what I'm gonna always keep the same is my street mentality, my street mentality, my intellect from the street.
What do you like most about your career, and what do you like least?
What I like most about my career is the freedom. Like I said, I like freedom. And I mean, like, honestly, what career could be better than, doing what you want to do, doing what you love to do, write music, and make people bob their heads, or make people cry, or make people feel better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
What do you like least about it?
what I like least about it is the hatred, the judging. That's what I hate most about it. I hate the fact that if someone is not exactly like you, then you judge them and they're no good. That's not good, and that's what I hate most about it, because this is the creativity. This whole hip hop is meant to be creative, meaning like what I do you may not do, but that doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be negated. I don't like that.
Okay, if you could go back in time, who would you want to be and why?
Wow. If I could go back in time, who would I be and why? I would be Satan. If I could go back in time. Why? Because in doing that and being Satan, when God gave me a command, I would follow that command completely. I would never broke the chain. So if I can go back in time, I'll be Satan, to take back the evil that he did to me and to you.
What type of upbringing did you have, and was there any rules or punishments?
What type of upbringing did I have? I had a pretty stable household, like middle class, mother and father, 3 other siblings. But I had restrictions that at that particular time I thought was strict. But it was just my mother and father really loved me in their own way. But I had a desire and a hunger to be in the streets because I thought I was missing something. So, like any mother and father back in that day, they wouldn't tolerate it, so they kicked me to the curb, get out. So when you ask about upbringing, I basically brought myself up. God watched over me, alhamdulillah. God watched over me. But I learned everything. I learned from the streets. Like, I learned how to add and subtract from the streets. I learned what was right and wrong from the streets. I learned honor from the streets. So the streets brought me up. And I'm going to always get back to the streets.
Okay, I do appreciate you taking the time to answer these questions for me today. This is going to be my last question for your upcoming album. And is there any other projects in the near future?
The Mark. That's the album that I'm about to drop. It's coming real soon. Animal, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting it in a real big way. Representing Detroit, 7 Mile of Van Dyke, True Woo. Any other projects I got on the flow? Platinum Plaque, yeah, we got so much shit on the flow, it's pathetic. We got the Show Off mix finna drop. That's a compilation album with everybody on it. Blue Haze, Boss Man, Miss Royalty, Mr. Black Boy, J-Line, T.A., Trust, Lil D-Boy, the Bread Brothers. It's gonna be phenomenal. To me, like everybody gonna be on this. We representing in a real big way. We got Detroit Expo. That's a magazine that we finna drop, and keep an update on everything that's jumping off in the streets with the hip hop, everything that's going on in the community. As far as Detroit is concerned, we got to get our city back. We also got the radio popping off. You know what I'm saying? But you got to tune in to else. You can go to www.platinumplaque-ent.com.
I want you.